Hey, what's up, guys? So, as promised, because a lot of you guys have asked me about Madolches, and honestly, I really don't like this archetype. I mean, I think the pictures are pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think Marmaid's probably my favorite one.
Marmaid? Why Marmaid?
Well, like, as far as the picture.
I don't know.
You're more into the Madolche? So
She's pretty cute.
I don't know.
No, actually, I think my favorite is actually Happy Festa.
What is that? Where's that one?
It's that,
Where is it?
Where is
it?
Yeah,
it's got like all of
Dude,
them.
It's a giant cake. Like, that's just so good.
But anyways, we're here to talk about actually like how we think it'll actually affect the meta. I've seen this deck a lot, and the thing is, I really feel like a lot of players are just going to be playing the deck because of the way it looks, and hey, that's totally cool. If you're happy with... Because I see this deck lose...
If you're shallow and all you care about is looks, like...
But to be serious, yeah, there are a lot of players that really don't use this deck to its potential. Like, I didn't really know a lot of the combos in the deck, but Pink Reaper, actually, we discussed this a little bit before recording this, because I don't know the archetype too well, but like he explained a lot of stuff to me. So we're going to go over pretty much all the Madolche cards that are out now. I'm not sure if in the future they will release more.
I hope so. This is a very small archetype currently. There's only 20 cards total, isn't
No,
there?
there's 16.
Oh, 16, wow.
If you count the XYZ.
I count the XYZ.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cards. Well, I put the cards right here in the side deck. I'm going to say those cards probably won't be seeing too much play, but the cards above, we'll go over them and I'll explain, like, their uses. So, first off, we'll go over one of my favorites. This is Croissant. He just came out in Abyss Rising. He's pretty decent as far as being able to, boost attack up, because there is a field spell that is kind of searchable. It's not the easiest thing to search, but basically it boosts all their attack and defense up by 500, and Croissant basically allows you to bounce back another Madolche card you control, and you can increase this card's level by 1 and have this card gain 300 attack. Now, what's really good with this effect is it increases it forever. So that level plus that 300 boost, it's forever, and you can really abuse him with Chateau. Because,
or Ticket.
Yeah, Ticket works too, because that is also a continuous. So basically, you can just activate one of those continuous. There actually is another continuous one. Where is it?
Waltz. But that's a trap. You don't want to try and use it with that. It's also pretty good. Pretty good if you just kind of if you need an out with Mufel, or however you pronounce that thing's name. Normal summon Mufel, special summon the dog, bounce Mufel back to your hand. Now you've got an 1800, and you've got Mufel to use again to special summon another one. And if Croissant survives, obviously you can just Mufel, special summon another one, keep bouncing Mufel back to your hand, because Mufel has very little attack.
Yeah,
we'll get into the cat later.
He's basically kind of like the marauding captain, if you will.
No. Do it in order.
Okay.
We'll get to the cat later.
Okay.
I don't know why you have it in this order, but we'll do it in this order.
Oh, no, because we got to show them the combo with it. This is Madolche Marmaid. So basically, she's the defender. She's like the Gravekeeper Spy, essentially, when you have the field spell, just for the defense, though. She doesn't get a good flip effect or anything like that.
She has an okay effect.
Her flip effect is you can target one Madolche spell and trap and add it back to your hand. The problem is, usually, like, I've noticed with Pink Reaper when he was playing, like,
I just wanted the spell and traps in the grave.
Yeah, because when you go for this is their big card right here. This is their dark armed. It's Queen Madolche Tiramisu, and it just came out in Abyss Rising. Basically she's the card you want to make, and sometimes this can set up plays for it. So I mean, if you happen to get your field spell, MS Heat or something, you can just add it back, and then if she survives, you're pretty good off. Like that will help out quite.
Also,
a bit.
you don't actually have to add a spell or trap. Like if you want to keep that in the graveyard for Tiramisu. And with that 2,000 defense, it is something that you can like if you need to keep it on the field in case you need to go for
XYZ. Right?
Yeah, XYZ. There we go. I was like, forgot what it's called.
But yeah, next up, this is Pudding Cess. Now, the problem with Pudding Cess is that she's level 5. If she was level 4, she might be kind of too good. I can't believe she's a fairy. I thought she'd be like a... What do you think, spellcaster or like?
No.
Knowing Konami, she'd be like Aqua. Come on.
When does that ever happen?
No,
let's be honest.
There's a
fire. You always bring this card up. Yes, Fire Kraken is a fire water Aqua card.
Let's look at that. Did they spell it weird?
No, it's right there. It's top right. It's a fire Aqua card because it is a squid that is on fire.
Is it even in the water? It kind of looks like it's above the water. Doesn't it?
It might be,
and it's blowing out fire. So I'm pretty sure it can't be in the water. But anyways, that said, back to Madolches. Pudding Cess. The problem with her, she is level 5, so that does mean you do have to tribute. There's no like...
Mufel.
Huh?
Mufel.
Oh, that's right. But let's be honest, with Mufel, you'll probably go for a lot better things like, this and...
No. You don't want to Mufel for Croissant unless you really need to. Because Or
you can Mufel into Messenger Lala.
That's what you really want to do.
But I don't know.
I mean, it is an option. I was running her at 1 just because like you can also special summon her with Ticket if you have
a fairy on the field.
If you have a fairy already on the field, which would be Tiramisu, and just throw her onto the field real quick because she does have that awesome other effect where after damage calculations, whenever she battles, when it battles a monster, you target one card your opponent controls and destroy it.
Yeah, but the problem with, like I was mentioning with the Mufel is like Mufel's 500. She can technically be 1800, but if you have the field spell, she'll be 23. So
very weak, not very strong.
It's still kind of weak, but I mean, if you have the field spell, I guess that'd be a good combo.
Yeah,
like, it's decent.
And here's the thing too, like you have to have no monsters in your grave, obviously, for her to gain the 800. But if you activate the field spell before using her effect, all your monsters go back anyway. If they're somehow in the grave anyway. It's very hard to get them in the grave. Yeah,
there's also another card that combos with her, which I just want to go over real quick. What is it?
I think it... No,
T-Break? Yeah.
There's actually... Yeah,
it's T-Break. So this one's their counter trap. It's when a spell trap card is activated, if you have no monsters in your grave, negate the activation, and if you do, return it to the hand. Then if you control a Madolche pudding size, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. So that's really where you can technically kind of plus. I don't know if it's not really a plus.
Good. It's okay if you hit like Solemn.
And they can't, like, if you hit, like, a warning and they can't pay for it, that's pretty awesome. No, awesome.
Even if they can pay for it afterwards, just making them pay 2,000 for nothing, like, that's pretty useful. But, like, the good thing, I guess, is that it's costless, basically, because you can hit, like, big counter traps with it.
Yeah, and you don't have to control Madolche to activate it. It's just, if you have the pudding cess, you get a bonus effect. Yeah. You don't even have to play Madolches to use this card.
Well, you have to have no monsters in your graveyard.
That's true.
But it's cool. You just play it in, what was it,
like anti-meta?
No, Macro Monarchs. Macro Monarchs, there you go.
Macro Monarchs? Yeah,
no, not really. But I don't think it's a very good card. I mean, if it destroyed, then it would be amazing. But then it would also be kind of broken.
If it negated, then destroyed, and you can destroy another card. If you control pudding cess, it would be too good.
That card would be outright broken.
Next up, this is the field spell. So when it's activated, you get to put all the Madolche monsters from your graveyard back into the deck. And they always gain the 500 boost of attack and defense. And then this is where it gets really good. If a monsters in your graveyard would be returned to the deck by an effect of a Madolche monster, you can add it to your hand instead. So that makes it so you can technically overextend, and then if you get Dark Hold, oh cool, I just get to go and overextend next turn technically if you like
I get everything back.
So
the only thing, like at that point, the only thing that like really goes away if it gets destroyed would be
Deep Prison.
Well, yeah, Deep Prison, and if you have Tiramisu, because Tiramisu obviously doesn't have the effect to go back to the extra deck.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But it's cool because Tiramisu can use her effect on herself and send her back to the extra deck.
Oh, because she uses Madolche. But yeah, I'd say, I mean, this card's pretty good.
It makes all of them viable attackers because they all basically have very low attack otherwise.
Yeah, well, Croissant's got pretty good attack. I would say, what's the other one? Messenger's okay.
But like 1600 doesn't get over things like, Thunder King. Like if you're over 2000 though, you're suddenly amazing.
Yeah.
Point for point with that Cyber Dragon. Go back to your hand because you have the field spell.
This is their Swarm card. You can also definitely play Ultimate Offering in the deck. So
you definitely should put Ultimate Offering in the deck.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you have Ultimate Offering plus this card over here, Madolche, which we'll get into it just in a moment, but she basically is the Stratos, and when she's at 3 and you have like Ultimate Offering, it opens up a lot.
Let's talk about her when we're actually talking about her. Let's talk about Happy Festa.
So this card is it basically lets you swarm. So special summon any number of Madolche monster from your hand, and during the end phase, monsters or special summon are shuffled back into the deck. But you can go for XYZs and stuff like that. So
I should point out that the field spell says they return to your hand when they would be shuffled into the deck by a monster effect. So this does not cause your cards to come back to your hands if you have the field spell. It does, however, activate Ticket, which we'll get into later, but this is a really good card, especially if you did overextend and then suddenly everything came back to your hand because your opponent Dark Hold, but you have this set, so it's like, oh, it's cool. All of those monsters, I'm just going to summon them again next turn.
Yeah.
It's also an easy card to just kind of quickly activate, get one free special summon or whatever if you want, and just send it straight to the graveyard to set up for Tiramisu. It's also good because you get to you just choose how many you want to special summon.
Yeah, it's not like you have to special summon because that'd be kind of bad.
Sometimes. I know. I mean, you can. This is also another card you can use to get Tiramisu, or not Tiramisu, Pudding Sets out. Because
she is level 5.
It doesn't say
at any level. It has
level
no restrictions
4. Yeah, there's no restrictions. It just has to be Madolches.
Next up, let's talk about Butleresque. So when this card you control it has the same Madolche effect. All of them have this effect, so I won't really go over this effect. So basically, when all the Madolches are, it's not actually you control. Konami actually changed it. If you guys checked out the previous video I uploaded recently, basically even if they get Solemn Warning, they go back into the deck. So that actually kind of helps Madolches out just a little bit.
I disagree. I'd like them to pay 2,000 and then set me up for a tiramisu. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally for me, I don't really. I don't know.
You've never played the deck, so it doesn't matter.
I did. I played with Guardian Goddess, right?
And the Call of the Haunteds and the Pot of Avarice. Just in case you got solemned a lot.
No. Wait, I think I might have at one point played Raikou in it.
What?
No, you Raikou so you can milk the Guardian Gyarados and you can call him Haunted it. But it was more for fun than anything because.
Anyways.
Back to actually
Butler-esque.
Okay, so. So when this card is normal summon, you can add one field spell card from your deck to your hand, but there must be another face-up Madolche monster to activate and resolve this effect. So
if it was any time it was summoned, this card would be a lot better.
Because that means you could just go Mufel and then into Butler-esque, but you can't because you can't get this effect when it has to be normal.
The only easy way to do that basically would be then obviously Festa into Festa special summon another one and then just normal summon him.
Yeah.
There are some plays for double summon with him though, like if you have double summon and you don't have like a good play with it, like if you don't have Madolche, which makes that card amazing, but you do need that field spell, you can normal summon another one and then just normal summon him.
Yeah. Or you can like set Marmoraid at least.
Yeah,
and that would
Marmoraid does survive for a while, and he is one of the higher attack monsters in the deck. So with the field spell, he becomes 2,000, which is kind of the only real reason. Well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons you'd want to use him.
I'd say mostly you'd want to use him for the field spell, but
well,
you can't pull it off too easy.
I know, but once you have that field spell, if you pull it up, like again, it's just a 2,000 attacker, which is again they don't have too much attack, so all those extra points always help.
Next up, Madolche. This is the Stratos of the deck. Basically, you summon it, you get to add any Madolche monster from your deck to your hand, and that card is pretty good because it also gets its effect
when it's
flip summoned, but I don't think you'll set it and then flip it. I mean, keep in mind, that doesn't mean when your opponent attacks into it face down, that doesn't give you the effect.
Yeah, that's just it just being flipped face down.
So that means it has to be face down, and then it doesn't get attacked, and then on your turn you flip it. I really doubt that it'll happen, but if the off chance that your opponent Book of Moons you, and then you can flip summon it next turn, I guess. That could happen, I don't know. I mean, very rarely will you use that effect, but if this card's effect...
Wouldn't you still end up getting your effect from being normal summoned anyway?
You're saying if they attack into you?
No. If you normal summon it, you get your effect, and then they book you, so you can get your effect again.
No, they book you because they don't want to take the attack.
Okay.
But anyways, next up, let's talk about this card. This card is the Marauding Captain. This is Mufel. When this card is normal summon, you can summon one Madolche monster from your hand. So basically, kind of like the Marauding Captain, but there's no restrictions because Marauding Captain, I think, is like 4 lower, right?
I don't know. There's only one. Oh God, there's only one that's above level 4, obviously. And that's putting Cess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a very, very good card for the deck. It does have the one huge drawback of the fact that it's only got 500 attack.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty vulnerable.
You definitely want to use it with purpose. You don't want to just sort of like throw it out and like, oh, okay, I used to special summon a Butler-esque so I can have 1,500 on the field. Like you don't want to do that basically.
But the thing is, like, the only other level 3/1 that, well, I mean, we'll talk about Bapple, but I don't think people will probably be playing him. But, like, I don't think, like, you can really XYZ with it as hard, because if you go...
You don't really want to, because if you go for Croissant, you can just bounce Mufel back to your hand.
Yeah, and
then
then
Croissant becomes...
But I'm saying, like, if people want to XYZ, because I've seen people go Mufel into Croissant and then go Zenmains, and, like, you just kind of went technically minus to make a Zenmains, where if you just played Tour Guide, and you just like, it's cool, get it for free.
Well, no, but I mean... you could still play Tour Guide, but that's still never a bad option to have.
Yeah.
Like, more options is never bad.
Yeah. But, like, I just seen too many people XYZ with this card where you don't usually want to XYZ. Unless you have to, I guess.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's good to have as that out, basically.
Yeah. Next up, let's talk about Messenger Gelato. So, a really simple combo would be Mufel into Messenger Gelato. And this card has the effect of... When this card is special summoned, you can add one Madolche spell/trap card from your deck to your hand. There must be a beast-type Madolche monster. Is this the only beast-type? There's
It's Croissant and Mufel.
And Baffle.
And Baffle.
But no one will play Baffle.
And it has to be special summoned. It's sort of the opposite of Butler Rusk, and yet somehow it's still easier to use.
Well, because of Mufel.
Just because of Mufel.
And also, Tea Time? Or Happy Festa?
Happy Festa, and also Ticket, which we'll get into in a bit.
Yeah.
But, the basic play is obviously Mufel into this, and then you get to add either the field spell or Ticket, or I guess any of the traps if you really want to, but there's no real point for the traps, because none of them are as good as Ticket or the field spell.
Let's go over that. The last, I would say, kind of like meta card in Madolches.
This is the most meta card in Madolches.
This is basically kind of like a black whirlwind, but you can special summon if you have a fairy type monster. So I'll explain kind of the combo, how it goes.
First, explain the card.
Okay, so when a Madolche card is on your side of the field, or in your graveyard, is returned to the hand or shuffled into the deck by a card effect, you can add one Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. But if you control a fairy type monster, you can special summon that monster in face-up attack position instead of adding it to your hand. You can only activate the effect of Madolche Ticket once per turn. Now, I'm glad they mentioned that you can only activate the effect of Ticket once per turn. That doesn't mean you can't activate more. That just means the effect of you can only activate the effect. So if you can put 3 tickets on the field, but you can only use the effect of Ticket once per turn.
Okay. Anyway. No, it's cool. If you activate 3, okay, you bounce 1. Okay, I get to add 3 now. It's cool. I control a pudding cess. Special summon 3.
I know, like that. I'm glad they changed that. I don't know.
They never changed it. That's how it's always been. That has all.
Okay.
You dueled that one kid who didn't understand that, but yes, that's how it's always been.
Anyways, so the main combo in the deck, if you have like double summon or ultimate offering, well, if you have ultimate offering, you pretty much win.
No, yeah, if you have ultimate offering, you win.
Plus Magically.
Yeah.
Plus Magically.
The combo is it requires a little bit of pre-setup. You basically have to have double summon, Magically,
or ultimate offering.
Or well, no. Again, you don't go for this play if you have ultimate offering. Because if you have ultimate offering, there's better things to go for. Magically, double summon, and then either Mufel or Messengelato, one or the other. And then it very much helps to already have a Madolche card in the graveyard at this point.
Yeah, because without it, you can't really use Tiramisu's effect.
The basic idea is you normal summon Magically, search for whichever of Mufel or Messengelato that you don't have, activate double summon to normal summon Mufel, special summon Messengelato, add Ticket, activate Ticket, overlay Messengelato and that other card, Magically, for Tiramisu, activate Tiramisu's effect to bounce something back to your opponent's deck, which is amazing. That effect is so good. Ticket activates
because you control a fairy.
Yeah, and since you control a fairy, you get to special summon from the deck. You special summon another Messengelato, and since you still have Mufel face up on the field, you get to add the field spell, activate the field spell, bump everything up to 500 by 500 attack. And at that point, you have 27, 21, and 1,000 on the field. So you do a very large amount of damage using only 3 cards.
Yeah, and you get to bounce up to 2 cards. That ruins a lot of deck. It's even bounce to the deck. It's not bounce to the hand. So that's what really makes it better.
There's basically nothing that gets over that, really. Oh, man, bounce back a Tengu.
I don't think there are any monsters effects that really negate this.
No, I mean, there are things. Obviously, there's things that negate it, like if you have Divine Wrath or if you have
monster effects.
But
I'm saying like,
but there's no monster. Yeah, there's no monster effects that you can use really.
It's cool. You make a roach. It's cool. Go for Tiramisu. Stand back your back row.
I know.
And then I'll get roll for roach.
Tiramisu's a really, really good card.
This is like their power card, I would say.
Again, though, if you have Ultimate Offering, you can just be like Magically, whatever. Start making like ridiculous XYZs.
Like Shockmaster.
And if once you have the field spell too, you can start sending Magiclines back to your deck to keep searching more Magiclines. Not the field spell. If you have the field spell, so it's coming back to your hand. So then you just keep activating Magicline anyway. Yeah. Ultimate Offering, the Ultimate Offering's a whole other beast. If you have that card, you've basically won.
But yeah, let's go over some of the other Madolche cards.
The bad ones.
Well, I'm just going to call them not as popular, because, let's be honest. They might release cards in the future that can support these a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
Chevalier is not too bad, but we'll get into that in a bit.
So this is Madolche Baffle. So This one's effect is once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position Madolche monster you control and one face-up attack position monster your opponent controls. If both those monsters are on the field, change them to face-up defense position. And if you do, the ones changed by this effect cannot have their battle position changed until your opponent's...
The end of your opponent's next turn.
It's worded really weird.
No, it's not. It's the battle positions change... See, the ones changed by this effect cannot have their battle position changed until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it just means your opponent can't do anything.
But I just like how they wrote, if both monsters are still on the field, like...
what? They have to start getting really specific because Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are like awful about this. They're like, no, it doesn't say this exactly, so therefore you can't do this. That's why they have to have all of that like problem-solving.
No, but the problem-solving text of Madolche still didn't really help because they said if this card.
That's not problem-solving text. That's just them changing the rules.
Yeah,
that's not a solving.
Because half the Madolche's card had the other effect, half of them had the other effect.
But anyway, back to Bapple. Bapple's the basic principle of Bapple is you normal summon it in attack mode, and then you just select itself and your opponent's attack position monster and put them both to defense. He's got 1800 defense, 23 with the field spell, so he can kind of survive, but it's just really not that good.
Yeah. Is there really anything in Valor other than Mandolin? I think Mandolin, or Tiramisu, obviously, but...
well, I mean, there's a lot of things. You could...
You could Valor this, too.
Valerian Mufel hurts, Valerian... even Valerian Messam Gelato kind of hurts. I mean, you can definitely Valor stuff.
But, like, if you Valor this, it's like, it's cool. And now you have a zero attack, so... I don't know.
It's just not that good.
Yeah, this is,
Chevalier.
Yeah, so, basically, he has... What is that? Like, Magician Valkyrie? What is it?
There's a bunch of cards like this.
Yeah, where it's like, if you control...
your opponent cannot target face-up Madolche monsters for attacks except Madolche Chevalier.
So, if you have two of them, they can't attack.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, it doesn't?
It says they can select Chevalier as attack.
Oh,
so if you have multiple Chevalier...
It's not even that good, because then
it's not...
It's not as good as, what is it, Magician's Valkyria?
Valkyria, yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Freya the...
Because I know it's Solar Flare Dragon, but that's another card. And here's Madolche T-Break.
Wait. We do still have to talk about Chevalier, because there's one thing that sets Chevalier...
you can roto for it.
Well, yeah, but more importantly, he has 1700 attack. He's the highest attacker in Madolche's, not counting Tiramisu. I mean, he becomes 22 with the field spell.
Yeah, but with the field spell, technically this is actually stronger, because you could just
you can bounce the field spell.
So I don't really consider him the strongest.
I know it.
And his effect is weak. Like
he's the strongest normal summonable one.
Yeah. We already kind of talked about that. Waltz, this card's like, I don't think it'll say, it's like a very, very small burn amount of damage.
Although, if you have that when you go for the play I was talking about earlier, you get to add an extra 900 damage onto it, which, when you're already dealing like 5,000 something damage.
Yeah, but if you're doing, another 900, why not just play, what is it? No, it's not Big Burn, what is it? There's Tremendous Fire, is that the one? Where it's like you take 500 and your opponent takes 1,000 or something?
Well, for one, because it's a Madolche card, so it works with Tiramisu.
But remember, two, it's continuous. So
if it gets destroyed.
Who would destroy this, like, face up? I would.
Huh?
Would you destroy? Would you be like, oh, he's got back row plus Madolche Waltz. Better get rid of that Madolche Waltz.
No, it's cool. You have it set and your opponent MST, so like, whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, at that point, it doesn't really matter what it is.
But, well, I mean, it definitely helps if it's a Madolche card. Plus, also, they take damage whenever they attack you.
It's too minor, though. Like, if it was, like, maybe 800, it'd be, like...
That'd be insane.
Almost good?
That'd be insane.
It doesn't boost their attack, though.
No, but it's cool. Just from you fell, you'd get 1,600 damage off of that card.
Heck yeah. Anyways, this is the last Madolche card. This is actually all the Madolche cards that are out right now. Maybe they'll make some in the future, but this is Madolche Lesson. So you get to target one Madolche monster in your graveyard, shuffle that target into the deck, and if you do, all Madolche monsters you currently control gain 800 attack and defense, then you can shuffle one other monster from your graveyard into the deck.
Pretty much one of the most difficult cards to use in the deck, since you can't get Madolches into the graveyard, Madolche monsters in the graveyard, no matter how hard you try.
It's pretty difficult. I guess as XYZ material.
That's kind of the only way. But that's the thing, you can even, according to the rules, you can detach one for Tiramisu and still send that one back to the deck anyway.
Yeah.
So, it's very much not easy to do.
But, like, you can't activate this during the damage step because it does affect the damage. So, I mean, I guess if attacking your Madolche, and you already have a Madolche monster in the graveyard, you can technically use it, but it's just too difficult. I don't think it'll be, like, that meta. So, if you want to check out Madolche, try out these cards above, over here. Definitely want to play the Tiramisu. But,
Run two of her. She loops herself.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I mean, also, you should probably play Shockmaster because you will have the option to make it sometime. And I'd say play Ultimate Offering. That card is probably the best.
Definitely play Ultimate Offering. Definitely play Double Summon. Consider playing Birdman. Birdman is a very good card.
Because it won't go to the graveyard.
Yeah, it will not go to the graveyard. It's also good with Mufel because you can Mufel, special summon something, and then keep Mufel off the field. Mufel only has 500 attack. It's not something you want to keep on the field if you don't have to.
Probably not, considering you're probably going to be normal summoning it.
Yeah.
Because it only gets effect when it's normal summoned anyways. But that's pretty much the overview of Madolche's. I might try the deck later on. I just don't like the playstyle of it personally. But yeah, but thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you guys out that wanted to see Madolche's because it's a cool looking deck, but to me, I'm all about the Mermails for the new archetype. That's my favorite.
Of course, you go for the absolute most broken thing you can go for.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure windups are. I refuse to play windups because like that wasn't even like playing. Well, to me, it wasn't like playing the game.
Neither are Mermails anymore. It's cool.
No.
Ditch 2 to special summon Abyss. Okay,
No,
pop 1, add 2.
No, I was talking about windups when they could loop.
Oh yeah.
Like that wasn't even like fair. Even the players at top pretty much said that like that.
You know what's funny? Back when they could still loop, they also had the OTK that they have right now. But no one ever tried to go for it because no, I just got to discard cards.
Well, because it was too unfair. Like when your opponent drew like 3 cards, when you had like a whole bunch of stuff on the field, it's like good luck. But anyways, back to Madolche's. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you guys out make some good Madolche decks. Asian What Dragon Pink Reaper signing out.